welcome to the Senior Network. I'm your host, Greg Fulton, along with Debbie Lyons.
Nice to see you.
It's been a while. Good to see you. And again, we're joined today. I know you've met these folks before.
Yes, I have.
Dr. Moshe Dekel with Rejuvenate Health and Dr. Bradley Morris. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Excited. I was telling them before the show, I was looking at their website, and I was like, I just can't even keep track of all the things that they do, all the services they provide. It's amazing.
It's fascinating, and you're going to talk today about something that I'm really interested in, and that's peripheral neuropathy.
Yes. Peripheral neuropathy, unfortunately, there's over 3 million cases of it every year. And the biggest problem is there's not a really good treatment for it.
What is it?
So peripheral neuropathy is disease of the nerve in the periphery. So your arms, your hands, your legs, and your feet aren't functioning properly. And what happens is you start having some type of pain, whether it be numbness, tingling, burning, pins and needles. And sometimes people don't feel anything. So they don't even know that they have a foot problem because their feet are actually dead. It's kind of like if you slept on your arm and you woke up and you can't move it. And then it goes through that process of burning and pins and needles and tingly and achy, then it comes back to life.
Oh, that's a miserable
Unfortunately,
feeling.
these people aren't getting to come back to life. And so we've recently discovered some therapies that have actually helped us tremendously with peripheral neuropathy. And in our office, we're seeing an amazing amount of good results with just the neuropathy. You know, we do a lot of different chronic pain things in the office, but the neuropathy is really, really surprising us, I should say, just because there hasn't been a really good treatment for it.
From a medical point of view, what are some of the interventions that have been successful for you all?
Well, first and foremost is lifestyle. A lot of peripheral neuropathy has to do with diabetes, has to do with toxicity, has to be with inflammation. So in our functional office, we actually review all of the above, find out if they have diabetes, okay, how controlled are they? We see a lot of patients that are treated by conventional medicine and running around with sugars of 200, which is fine. No, it's really not fine. Any abnormal sugar is really toxic to circulation and nerves. So we analyze them from all perspectives and actually help them with that, in addition to the Synexus, as Dr. Morris has mentioned.
And so once someone comes into the office and you really establish the fact that neuropathy is really what we're looking at, and not just the presenting issue, but the one that's really taking front and center stage, what's next?
So the biggest thing is the patients want to be out of pain, whatever type of pain it is, right? But for us, we want to make sure that it doesn't come back.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of things that you can do to subside the pain for a moment, but what can we do that's long lasting? So the first thing we want to do is go, okay, what's causing this? And so he had mentioned diabetes. We see a lot of people that don't know why. It's just insidious. It just came about, and they don't really understand why it happened. And so that's what our job is, detectives, right? We're going to go in there and go, okay, why did this happen to this person? And then we can identify it. And like he's talked about, the hormones, the nitric oxide system, these are probably the two big things that start failing in people that nobody's looking at.
Okay, talk to us more about that, the hormones and the nitrous oxide system.
Well, nitrous oxide actually was discovered about 10, 15 years ago, even though it's been around for millennia, of course.
Ever.
One of the jobs of nitric oxide is anti-inflammatory, is antioxidant, but also is a vasodilator. Okay. The issue is, as we age, some of us will not produce enough NO. And if we don't produce enough NO, we have ways to find out that they do or don't actually.
Sure.
And actually we can help them with certain supplementation to help them. So as Dr. Morris said, this is an important part of really finding out what the problem is, and then we have to figure out how to fix it and fix it for good. So it's the Synexus, which is treating the immediate cause, but also we have to find out why it got there. Eliminate the cause, the root cause, so they don't have to be on this device for the rest of their lives.
Just from a broad spectrum point of view, what would some of the potential causes be? That you said diabetes is age. Is it age related?
Well, so the thing about age, and that's one of the ones I always go like, age. If it was an age thing, if it was really an age thing, everybody that age would have it.
Right. Good point.
So we can't blame age.
Okay.
So there's something else going on, and probably the biggest thing is, are we able to get the nutrients down to our feet? Because it's the furthest away from everything else. And are we actually absorbing the nutrients? So that's what we look at. We want to look at you cardiovascularly as well as look at the nerves. So one of the things about the nitric oxide system that's so important is there's 3 components. And 2 of them are neuronal and epithelial. And those are good. That's the good nitric oxide. The bad news is there's another one called NO17, and that's destructive. And when that one's active, it shuts down the other 2. And when the other 2 are active, it shuts down the destruction. So that's the problem that we're having, is we're having all these destructive issues going on, and people are just going after the periphery and going, hey, it's in my foot. And we're like, well, wait a minute, it's a system. You're continuing to destruct. And then when that system's going on, we're seeing other things besides the neuropathy, like hypertension, insomnia, fatigue, erectile dysfunction. So those are 4 really big things going on in our life that everybody doesn't want.
So what do we do? So what are some of the actual interventions?
Well, let's talk about conventional medicine, which we're not doing. They're giving prescription medication.
Okay.
They're giving narcotics, which is part of the big issue that we have with narcotics. They also do variety of nerve stimulation and or epidural
Epidurals,
injections.
yep.
So again, what we're doing is we're actually killing the messenger.
Okay.
Instead of saying, okay, what's the message and how do we deal with it? So what we do, as Dr. Morris mentioned, is we identify, number one, what's the cause?
Okay.
And let's deal with that, so it's going to stop the fire, so to speak. And then on top of that, we do the Synexus treatment and other treatments, in vitamin shots, etc., that accelerate the healing. And quite frankly, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty impressed
With the way it's...
because I
it's-
see the patients on a daily basis, and on a daily basis, twice a week, and,
Sure.
and I see how you're doing. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. And there's nothing that works for peripheral neuropathy other than what we're doing. As
So
far
what
as
I hear
know.
you say is that there is a chance that you can actually improve the way that you're feeling as well as lifestyle.
Absolutely, and that's a great thing about the Synexus, is it's not only getting rid of the pain, it's actually rebuilding that nerve.
You know what I think is interesting when we talk to you is I get just enough to want to call you. When
Exactly.
Right?
I've got a ton of questions
I
now
do
sitting
too.
here listening.
I totally do, but we're going to have to take
Yeah,
a quick
we are.
break. So we'll be right back. Stay with us. There's more to come.